For this exam we're about to write, Chemistry Practicals Alternative A, we are going to look at qualitative analysis. So let me usher in my mommy so can guide you through what you're supposed to do for this particular exam. If you are joining us for the first time, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications to get notified each time I post videos. And lastly, do not forget to share so that other students that are preparing for this same forthcoming exam can see it and learn from there. So let's get right into the video.
Okay, my viewers, this time around, I want us to look at question number 2. I have it already on the board. I have to read them. And after the reading, I will do the demonstration and I will tell you exactly how you are going to present your reports. 100%. Question number 2. Question number 2. C is a mixture of organic and inorganic compounds. Carry out the following exercises on C. Identify any gas or gases involved. State the conclusion drawn from the results of each test. 2A. Put all of C in a boiling tube and add about 10 cm³ of distilled water. Stir the mixture and divide the resulting solution into 4 portions. Then 2BI, to the first portion of the solution C, add few drops of tailing solution A and B, then 1. 2B, Roman figure 2, to the second portion of solution C, add sodium hydroxide solution in drops, then in excess, and 1. 2B, III, to the third portion of solution C, add ammonia solution in drops, then in excess. Then the last portion. To the fourth portion of C aqueous, add barium chloride solution followed by dilute HCl, or they might change the pattern. They might ask you to the fourth portion of solution C, add dilute HCl followed by barium chloride. Out of these two, only one should be asked. But whichever one they will ask, I will tell you how to report. And I will also demonstrate each and every one of them. So can we go to the demonstration right now? Thank you. This is, the first thing first is to draw your table. So this is how to present your table. You have the text column, the observation, and the inference. So I want to start with number 2A. If you put all of C in a boiling tube and add about 10 cm³ of distilled water. So you have to estimate your 10. Don't add so much, just add about 10. This quantity is okay. You stir it with a stirrer or you close it and shake very well. So they say you should stir to ensure whether the sample will dissolve. So sample C, dissolve. Don't wait, just go to the board and report what you have observed. First of all, state what you have done. Say C plus water. You say C dissolved. Past tense, dissolved, because you are reporting to give a blue solution, because it's a solution. Everything about it dissolved. So what do you need to infer about C? You now say that C is a mixture of 2 soluble compounds. That is the most you have to say about C. And that is all about 2A. You underline. Most times when you underline, you give a line gap in case there is something you have forgotten to write. You can see where to put them. That's the first thing. Then we are going to 2BI. That means you can be taken out of this but to have the mind that you are going to use it 4 times, or you can divide it into 3 portions. It doesn't matter if you have enough of the test too. But whereby you don't have enough, you can just take the first portion and keep sample what? C solution. Then you are asked to add few drops of Felling solution. This is Felling solution A and B mixed together. So you don't need to add A and add B. Your teacher will mix the two of them together of equal volume. You just just add few drops. Just add few drops. Then with your test tube holder, you go and heat. So you heat it. You are asked to heat. So you have to heat it. Keep heating. So you can now see that there's no observable change. Nothing happened. So you have to say that no observable change. Do not say no reaction. Because if you say no reaction, Waec will not mark it for you. So I did not observe anything, so nothing happened. Why did I say that nothing happened? I'm expecting to see a brick red precipitate, but I did not see a brick red precipitate. So to me, nothing happened. C aqueous, because you're no longer working with ordinary C. The C given to you is in solid form. We are now working with a solution of C. Either you say first portion of C solution, or you just say C aqueous plus Felling solution A and B. When you added it, you did not observe anything because you see the same color of Felling solution you saw. You now say plus what? Warm. Then on warming, I still did not observe anything. I will now say no observable change. No observable change. Full stop. There's nothing to infer because I did not observe anything. They might ask you this, they might not ask you. But we need to do all the necessary things that we ought to do. So for this, that is the way you report it. You did not observe anything. No observable change. Then we are going to the second portion. Then go back to my solution and take the second portion. They might say to 2 cm cube of C, or they say second portion of what? C. Second portion of what? C. You add sodium hydroxide in drops. You look for sodium hydroxide, make sure you know what you are using. You use sodium hydroxide. You now add it in drops, small quantity. In drops. You can see I've observed a blue gelatinous precipitate. If you want to write second portion, you write, or we are still working with C aqueous plus sodium hydroxide solution in drops. You follow the line and write blue gelatinous PPT formed. That is the text for upper 2 ion, meaning that upper 2 ion is present in the mixture. That's it, present. We are not going to underline because we are not done with this number. So we are going to now add in excess if you're asked to add in what? Excess. So you must always write what you have done so that you don't forget. So this time they ask you to add sodium hydroxide in what? Excess. So you now add it in what? Excess. When you add in excess, you're supposed to shake the contents. You can see that I added in excess the blue gelatinous PPT dissolve For dissolving, well, you have to observe, you have to state what you have observed. There's no harm about it. It dissolved. Can you see? You can even see clearly. It dissolved. The blue, we are referring to this. The blue gelatinous PPT dissolved. Dissolved. To do what? To give a deep blue solution. I can say to give a blue what? Solution. Just say to give a blue what? Solution. That is what you observe, but you are not going to infer anything because this is not a confirmatory test for copper. So nothing to be stated here, but you have observed very well. But you are asked to hit. So you have to hit it because they ask you to hit. But you can see, even as I'm holding it, it's like a greenish PPT is about to form. Maybe if I leave it for some hours, I will get the result they want me to get. But I'm asked to hit to increase the rate of the what? Reaction. But if you leave it for hours, you will still get what they want you to get. But we need to hit as instructed. So we are now hitting. So the hitting will make the reaction to be faster because temperature, increase in temperature increases the rate of a chemical reaction. And while heating, take it away from your face so that if anything, if it start boiling or any other thing wants to happen, let it be away from you. You can see that changes is taking place. Something is happening on heating. Keep heating until you get results. You can see it's turning to brick red. Brick red PPT is forming. You can see the color is changing gradually. You can see what an interesting experiment. But the first heating did not give me any change. You can see that a brick red precipitate has formed. That is it. What an interesting experiment. Brick red. On heating, we saw the brick red PPT form. Now say plus heat, brick red PPT form. This is a positive test for reducing sugar. You say reducing sugar is present, or you say glucose is present. So that organic substance in the mixture of C is a reducing sugar. And brick red PPT is a positive test for the presence of glucose. You can underline. That's my third portion. You add in drops. Make sure it's in drops. You can see light blue gelatinous PPT. Light blue. Then you add in excess. In excess, it will dissolve to give a deep blue solution. Add until it dissolves. You close it. You see, it has dissolved to give a deep blue solution. You report. Make sure your number is well written. 2B, Roman figure 3. C, aqueous, or you say third portion of C solution. Never use C. Make sure you put solution plus aqueous ammonia in drops. we observe light blue gelatinous PPT. That means copper 2 ion is present. Then you now added in excess. You notice that the light blue gelatinous PPT dissolved, remember past tense, dissolved to give a deep, you must mention deep, a deep blue solution. You must mention deep blue solution and you must mention dissolved. It's a confirmatory test for copper. Copper 2 ion is confirmed. That's a confirmatory test for copper. You are done. Don't underline this in your answer. I just want to emphasize that it must be written, dissolved to give a deep blue solution. You don't need to underline it. Now that is the fourth portion. Make sure you don't use too much of the sample so that you can get results. Just keep taking little quantity, about 2 cm cube. Most times the question will come as take about 2 cm cube. Okay, that's what you can use. This time you are asked to add barium chloride solution followed by dilute HCl. So we are going to add barium chloride solution to the fourth portion, and when you do that, then 2B, the number is a 2B IV. That is the fourth portion. Cl plus barium chloride solution. Just add, like I said. Maybe say you should add in drops and in excess, just add. You can see we observed a white PPT. That's a white PPT formed. When you use barium chloride and you observe a white PPT, barium chloride solution, please, you suspect XO4. Please let your oxygen O be in the same size with your H because it's in it's a capital letter. Minus. Then CO3 2 minus or XO3 2 minus. Any of the anion is what? Present. That's why you should put up. Then they say we should add dilute HCl to where you have your white PPT. You now add dilute HCl. Make sure you observe whatever thing you are adding. This is a dilute HCl. You add until something happens. You can see you have added even to the brim. The white PPT did not dissolve. To make assurance double sure, you can reduce the quantity and add again because they say you should add. Even if you fill it up, the white PPT did not dissolve. You now comment. You write do not say insoluble. Make a comment. White PPT did not dissolve. We stop using the word did not dissolve here. We stop using the word insoluble. Make a sentence. White PPT did not dissolve. Meaning that XO4 2 minus is present. For SO3 2 minus, it will dissolve with dilute HCl. For SO3 2 minus, it will dissolve with dilute HCl. But since this white PPT did not dissolve, it's not any of the two, but what? XO4. That's how to report on that. Then finally, if they don't ask you with this pattern, they will ask you with the other pattern. That's why I put all in the question. And that, then C aqueous. This time they started with dilute HCl. If that is how they will start with, you now say with dilute HCl, dilute HCl. You add your dilute HCl, you can see that nothing happened. No observable change. No observable change. And because you didn't observe anything, nothing here. Then you're not asked to add barium chloride solution. You add your barium chloride solution, and that is your barium chloride. You see, you have observed a white PPT. That's a white PPT. PPT formed. That means XO4 2 minus is present. You're not supposed to report on CO3 2 minus or SO3 2 minus because you have used the acid to eliminate them if they were to be there in the content, but they are not part of the content. So you don't need to suspend them. So what you say here is XO4 2 minus. Thank you very much for having the time to stay with me. That is the end for the questions, and I wish you all the best. Do well. See me again in NECO. Bye.
Thank you for staying and sticking to the end of this class. And don't forget to drop in your questions or your comment or any observation. I will see you next time in the next one. Bye for now.